evening, everyone. This is Bremster, and tonight I'm coming to you with a puzzle called Sino De Times by Jeremy Dover. Um, this is actually one of the first puzzles that I've received using my new submission guidelines, which was released recently by me. So this is a puzzle that Jeremy emailed to me with all of the details that I requested for my submission guidelines, and I'd like to thank Jeremy for doing that. I will provide a link to my submission guidelines for people who do want to submit puzzles to me. I've had to change it from the ad hoc system I was using because I was losing too many puzzles and just getting lost in trying to find things that I'd read and couldn't figure out and everything. So moving to the email system means that I can be a bit more organized about what I'm doing. And I know it might be a little bit more work to submit than just sending me a Discord message, but I think it'll result in better results for everyone, result in better results. Wow, I am tired. Anyway, so this is Sino De Times. Jeremy was one of the setters who was involved with wow, I am tired. The Polarizing Sudoku Pack, which is running on my channel at the moment, with 50 puzzles based around parity. And there are links to that all over my channel. There'll be some in the description. I may remember to throw one above. So yeah, if you haven't looked at that pack yet, please do. There are some amazing puzzles in there. And if you're working through it, then I hope you're enjoying it. But because I can link to locations where you can get all of that stuff, I don't really need to talk about it. So I can get straight onto the puzzle. Sino De Times by Jeremy Dover. And I have to admit, I don't know that I've done a puzzle with one of these rules constraints in it before. I may have on the channel. I really don't remember. If I have, I may have done maybe one or two. So let's get into it. Normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We then have Chinese whispers, which are these red lines. And on these red lines, adjacent digits can have a difference of no more than 2. And then we've got German whispers, which are the green lines. And along green lines, adjacent digits must have a difference of at least 5. So, yeah. I know the normal constraints are German whispers. You cannot put 5 on a German whispers line because 5 lower than 5 is 0, 5 higher than 5 is 10, doesn't work. 4s and 6s are very restricted because there's only one digit that can go with them. So I know of those constraints. Chinese whispers is just like, I know I've done a puzzle, I'm trying to remember, I think it was by the Sonic person, but I could be wrong. I'm sorry if I am, which was a bi-consecutive puzzle, which was just a normal, like a non-consecutive, but everything couldn't be 2 consecutive digits apart. But I'm not sure I've done a Chinese whispers puzzle. It's possible I did one like last month and just don't remember. That's me. So yes, let's give this a shot. Now, I can see here that these have to be the same parity and these have to be the same parity. Well, 5 has to go in those. That's easy. But these have to, sorry, polarity. I've been getting parity and polarity confused a lot recently. So as they have to be 2 apart, this would be, say these were low, this could be 1, 3, 2, and 4, and that would be fine. But it means that this couldn't be 1 and 4 because this would be 2 and 3 and therefore break. So both of these are either both of these are going to be even or both of these are going to be odd. Is that right? No, it's no more than 2. So, well, this couldn't be 1 and 4, but I'm assuming these are low as I'm just figuring this out. So if these were 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's no reason why they would be, but if these were 1, 2, 3, 4, this could be, the 4 would have to go with a 2 or a 3. Now, I do know on this whisper line that I'm going to have to put a 4 or a 6 in one of those, which means I'm going to have to put a 1 or a 9 in one of those. But the other one, does the other, yeah, because they're the same, this is going to be a 4, 5, or 6 and must contain a 5 because this, and this have the same polarity. So I can't put 4 and 6 both at the end of the lines, and I cannot put 4 or 6 partway along a line that's all in the same box. So this is going to be 4, 5, or 6. One of these is going to be 4 or 6, so one of these is going to be 1 or 9. But the rest of it's open. I'm not sure. 5 in here goes in one of those 3. Because I can't put it on the line. And I can't put 4 or 6 on this line. So this is 4, 5, or 6. Because if I put... this line is fully enclosed. If I put 4 or 6 there, they'd both be the same. Put 4 or 6 there, they'd both be the same. Put 4 or 6 there, they'd both be the same. This is 4, 5, or 6. So these all have to be within 2 of 4, 5, or 6. But it doesn't mean anything between 2 and 8. Hang on. But these are the same polarity. So if this is 4, these would have to be 3 and 2. If this was 5, these would have to be... well, they couldn't be 4. This can't be 5. Because if this is 5, these have to be the same polarity and no more than 2 apart from 5. So I couldn't use 4 and 6 because they're not far apart. So the only number I could use is, if it was low, they'd be 3 and then broken. This cannot be 5. So if this is 4, these are 3 and 2. And if this is 6, these are 7 and 8. And they're not 7 and 8. This is 2 and 3. So this is 4. This is not 4. This is 5 and 6. So this is 5, and this is not 5. So this is low, which is 1. And these are 7, 8, and 9. But 7 can't go there because it needs to be, that would mean it needed to be next to a 3. So whichever one is 2 gets a 7, and whichever one is 3 gets the 8, 9. That's the 9. So whichever one is 3 gets the 8, and whichever one is 2 gets the 7. Cool. 5 is in here, which means 5 is right there, because 5 is pointing in here. That was because 5 couldn't go there because of that 5. 5 can't go on a whisper line, so 5 had to be up here, or 5 had to be on here. Wait a minute, I've got the same thing down here. This is 4, 5, or 6. And this can't be 5 for the same reason, isn't it? If this is 5, this would have to be... Are these the same parity, though? No, they're not. These are not the same parity. So if this is 4... wait a minute, these are not the same polarity. Because it's here, here, and here. So this is a different shape. So if these are different, and this was 4, I can't use 5 or 6, so these would have to jump up. That's not going to work. This has to be the 5 in this one. That's clever. And I can't use 4 or 6, so this is actually a 3-7 pair. And then... can I narrow that down? Because the 3 can't go up. So if it's 3, it's 1 or 2. Oh, of course, it's just the full resolution. If it's 7, it has to go up to 8, 9. These are all 1, 2, 8, 9. But this is now a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 6, and 8. Because these are known. Can I do more with this? If this is 3, this is... Wherever 7 is, has got to be surrounded by 1, 2. And that's going to leave the 8, 9 with the 3. I don't know that I can restrict that down. If this is 2, this is 7, 8, or 9. And if this is 6, this is 1. And if this is 8, this is 1, 2, or 3. So this is anything but 4, 5, or 6. Blast? Wait a minute, one of these had to be 4 or 6, and I've put a 4 in here. So it's got to be a 6 on there. So that's the 4. 6 goes next to 1, and it can't be there. This is the 1, this is the 6. This is not the 6. So these are the low digits. These are 2 and 3. And these are 7, 8, and 9. And that's not the 9. That's a 7. So that's a 2. That's a 3. These are 8 and 9. And there's a 7, 8 looking at it. So that's the 9 and that's the 8. This, now I need a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 1 and 3. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And this 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and 6. But this is now fully resolved. Does that bounce back here anyway? I don't think it does because I used that to resolve this. So that's it's making me grumpy is what it's doing. 5 is down here. It's making me El Grumpo. What about this line? I don't have enough. So 5, yeah, 5 is down here. So these have to be whichever, but I don't know which one. Can I narrow any of that down? Like it's this whisper line I want to, although that doesn't touch this in any way. Four and 6 have to go in here. Now, I could put 4 and 6 both on the Chinese whisper line. So I've been just saying whisper line with regards to the German whisper line, I think. Can I narrow this down any further? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I've got all the candidates in there. Do I need to do high-low marking? I don't think so. Is it these lines? Is there enough constraint on these lines? I can't see how there would be. Like this can be 1, 2, 4. So this is picking on this. It could be 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, which leaves that to be nearly anything. It can't be 4. So 1, 3, 6, 9. None of which excludes any of the digits above, which means this can be anything. So that's not it. So there's got to be a digit that's constrained somewhere. Okay, let's look at this closer. I've probably missed something here. 7 has to be, whichever one of these is 7 is surrounded by 1 and 2. So there will be a 1 or a 2 in here, and a 1 or a 2 in here. But they'll be on opposite sides. And then the others will be 8, 9. But these, so if this is 3, this is going to be surrounded by 8, 9. This will, and these will be 1, 2. This is 3, this is 7, these will be 1, 2, and that immediately fulfills the thing. So this is automatically fulfilled by whichever way it goes. So that can't be it. So there is an 8 or a 9 in here, and then 1 and a 2 in here. And there is a 1 and a 2 and an 8 or a 9 in here, but that doesn't provide. So I've got to put a 1 somewhere in this box. Or do I want to look at 4, 6? Because 4, 6 has to go in one of those cells. If I put 4 or 6 there, this becomes a 1 or a 9. And then that's anything. If that's a 4, that's a 9, that's a 6. 6 goes in one of those two. Probably there, so that can be a 5, which is within 2. I don't feel I want to mark this. That 5 has to go in this column. If it goes here, for example, or anywhere down here, well, if it went, oh no, I know, if this is 5, this would be 3 or 7. But this could be 4 or 6, or 3 or 7. No, it couldn't be 7, it could be 3. If this is 5, this would be 3 or 7. Hang on a minute. If this is 5, this is 3 or 7. If this is 5, this is 3 or 7. So this is 3, 5, or 7. But if this is 5, this is 3, 5, 7, or 4 or 6. Damn. And this is 3 or 7. But that's only if, though. Okay, up here. But I already figured this out. They're both within 2 of the 4. And if this is the 7, this is the 2. If this is the 8, this is the 3. 7, 2, 8, 3. Does that put any pressure down here? So if this is 3, these become 8, 9. This becomes 7. This becomes 1, 2. Now I could probably put values in and find that these have to go a particular way based on which one of those was which. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm trying to see if there was any digit that had to get forced into these, but there's not. Do I need to investigate these rupee from Zelda shapes? But they can be anything. Like, for example, these can be 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. These can be 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Now, any of those digits, 9 can be 8 or 7, 6 could be 7, 8 or 4, 5 could be 4 or 6 or 7, 4 could be 2 or 6, 3 could be 1, 2 or 4, and 1 could be 2. So none of these are eliminating options. Nine makes these 1 and 3. This is 9. This is 7. This is 3. Hang on. If this is 9, this is 3. This is 7. This is 1, 2. 9, 7, 1, 2. And the 1, 2 could go in any order. What's the trick I am missing? It can't be this, because 5 could go here, but even if 5 is forced onto here, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. Two, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. So do I just put a value in here and work around and see if anything breaks? I'm not seeing another option. Like if this is 8, this becomes 6. This becomes therefore 7. So if this is 8, this is 6, this is 7. 7 now has to go with 9, and that's broken. I'm pretty certain that's true. So if this is 8, the only thing this can be is 6. Because nothing else reaches. Now, the only thing this can reach that is within thing is 7. 7, the only... Oh, hang on, that's not true. That could go down to 5. Which means these could be... This now has... No, that can't go down to 5. If this goes up to 9, it's broken. So it can't be 9. It can't be 6. This can't be 9, 8, or 7. 7 can only go down to 5, and now that's broken. So that, from all of that, that can't be 8. Now, can I do the same here? Is this what I have to do? Just put in all of the options one by one. Like if I put 8 in here, that's nowhere near as limited. Because this could be 7 or 6. This could be 9 or 6. If that's 9, that's 7. But if this is 6, then I've got lots of freedom. So I can't even do that again. So if I put 9 in here, that's 8, 7. That's 8, 7. So if I put 9 in one of these are forced to be 8, 7. This is a dumb way to do it. 8, 7. Then these are forced to be, the 8 has to go with the 6. The 6 has to, the 7 will now have to go with a 5. And this would have to go with a 4. So if you put an extreme digit on one of these lines that's closed, then it'd have to go 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. And there's no way around that. And I'm assuming if you put a 1 on it, it would have to go the same. 1 would have to go with 2, 3. Now wherever the 2 is would need the 4. So this has basically become a Renban once you put an extreme digit on it. So does that mean I can't put, well, I just did. That was fine. That could be 9. These could be 8, 7. I now need to do 6 and 5 and 4, and we're not broken at all. That's perfectly fine. And if I do 9, these become 8, 7. This becomes 6, this becomes 5, and this becomes 4. So that's perfectly reasonable, but that was just saying if I put a 9 on it. I'm assuming if I put 1 in any of those, I'd get the same effect. So it's an interesting deduction, but how do I eliminate? So is it the case that once you put any digit on? So if I was to put, say, a 7 on here, no, or I'm not worried about that thing. If I put a 7 on here, well, it's not, because I could go 9, 6, and then I could skip the 8 completely. So it's not like a Renban. If, oh, hang on, so I could do that. No, I couldn't. I couldn't do that, because if I put 7 on here, I'll do that again. If I put 7 on here and go up to the 9 can only go to the 8, and it has become like a Renban. These are effectively Renban lines. These are Renban lines. Any digit I put on here is going to force these two to be the 2 digits that are closest to it, and then these are only limited to 2 options. So it doesn't matter if I do put 7 here, these are forced to be no, that's not true. If I make this go up 2, yeah, as I said, if I put a 9 here, then the 9 can only now see the 8. Now the question is if I start in the middle. If I make this, say, a 6, if this is a 6, and then I make this an 8, using center marks, if I make this an 8, this could go down to a 4. This could maybe be a 5. This could be, but the 8 now needs to go, this can only see a 7, and this is, yeah, these are Renban lines. So these have to be digits that can't go on a Renban line. So these 6 digits, so these have to be what And they need to have a high and two lows, or two lows and a high. So these are much more restricted, because these have to either be 129 or 182, because they're the only possibilities I can have that don't go on a Renban line. So I have to put 4, 5, and 6 on these. 5, I can't put 9 in there. I can't put 2 there. So this is either 189 or, hang on a minute. This is, no, hang on. If I do 189, low, low, high is possible. High, high, low is not. This is low, low, high. So this is 1, 2, and because it's the Renban nature, this is 129. There is no 9 in here, so there is a 9 in those, but this is a 1, 2 pair now. So these are 5 must go in here. So wherever the 5 is, it's going to be surrounded by, oh, this is insane. This is absolutely insane. What are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8. Whatever goes on here has to be connected. But I've got the same thing here. These have to be digits off a Renban line. So these can't be these can't be 4, 6. Can it be a 7? In this case, it could, because this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But it can't be 1, 2. If this is a 7, these would be 8, 9. If this is a 7, this would be 8, 9 in order for this to be a valid Renban. And these would be 4, 6. No, that does work. 7, 8, 9 in here does work, I think. 7, 8. No, it doesn't. I can't put 7, 8, or 9 there. That is an 8. So one of these is a 9, and the other one is a 1. And we know the order. That is a 9, that is a 1. And these are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 2 is down here. 2, 3, 4. Ah! So this is not an 8 anymore. So 2, wherever 2 is, I don't follow this at all. So if this is, eight has to be down here somewhere. Yeah, this is not 8 anymore. This is 4, 6, 7. 8 is down here. But 8 could be there if it was like 5, 7, 8, or 5, 6, 8. No, it can't be 5, 6, 8. I can't put 6 in this column. And I can't connect 5 directly to 8. So how do I put 8 in this column? If 8 is here, that means that's 5 and it's broken. If 8 is here, that can't be 5. That would have to be 5. And that would have to be 6 or 7, and it can't be 6. So it would be 8, 7, 5. And if that's 8, we could go, we'd have to work towards the 5, and I can't use 6. This would have to go 8, 7. 5. So 7 has to be in one of those two. This is not 7. So 7 is up here. I don't follow. Actually, let's look at this quad, because this is 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we know that's not 5. So 5 is here. How does that get to be something like 3? Now if I go 5, 4, 3, that's broken because I can't go back up. And if I go 5, 6, that can't be 3. That can't be 3. So this is a 4, 6 pair. So there's no 4, 6 in here. This is now a 4, 6 pair. What is going on? But this is a 4, 6 pair, which this is a 4, 6 pair. So if this is 6, this has to be 5. If this is 6, 5, I don't understand. So these are 3, 5, 7, and 8. Absolutely. There's no 5 there. Now, if this is 5, 7, 8, 6, 4, 3, that's fine. 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, this is 5. Hang on, can this be 5 now? Because we know that we have to get to the 8. 5, 3, broken. 5, 7, 8, broken. So this has to be the 5. This has to be the 7. This has to be the 8. This has to be the 3. 3 is too far away from 6. That's the 4, that's the 6. So that's the 4 and that's the 6. This is crazy. This is 6 and 7, so there's no 6 in here. There's no 3 in here. This is 4, 5. So this is 2 and 3. And as soon as I get any of these, the rest are going to get locked in. Now this is 7, which means this is 3, which means these... No. This is the 9, this is the 8, and this is 1 or 2. No, I'm trying to remove the 9 from there. Now that 8 is making that 7, which is making that 2, which is making that 3, which is making that 8. The 6 up here is making that 5 and that 6. The 2 is making that 1 and that 2. And now we know what these are. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 9. Well, I can't put 5 on a whisper line. That's 3, 9, and that's 5. This is 1, 4, and 7. Well, that's not 1. Wait a minute. And that's not 4 because that's not 9. That is 7. That is 2. That is 6. That is 8. There is no 7 in there. 4 is not in those. 4 is not in those. 4 has to be in here, and it can't be along the whisper line because both of those would have to be 9. This is absolutely bonkers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. This is 1, 3, and 6. And this is, no, this is 2. This is 1. I can take 1 out of there. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I've got, no, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 8, and 9. Well, there's no 8 there. This 5 makes that 4. Now, 4 has to make that 6. That's become 7. 7 can't get to 5. 5 can't get to 2. And that is how that has to resolve. That 3 makes that 9, which makes that 3. The 4 makes that 1, which makes that 4. That 5 removes 5 from... 5 is now on this line. This makes this a 4, and this is forced now to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is an 8. So in order for this to be 8, this is 1, 2, or 3. So this has to be a 3. This is not a 3, it's a 1 or a 2. Now this is not 3. Now these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, and 6. 1 and 2 are not close enough. This is the 6. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And I don't know the order. Okay. Buckle up for a strange ending here. Although this stuff was nuts. So what have I missed? That 6 makes that 4, which makes that 6. That makes this 1, which takes 1 out of those. This 6 makes this 3 and this 6. The 3 makes this 1 and this 3. The 1, no. 2, this is a 2, 7, 9 triple. So there's no 9 here, and the 4 makes that 8. There is no 8 here. The 4 makes that 9 and that 4. The 9 makes that 7 and that 9. The 7 takes 7 out of there. There is no 9 up there. This is 2, 7. Now this is a 1, 2, 9. That 9 is making that 2, that 7, that 9. The 2 makes that 1 and that 2. The 2 looks down, making that 7 and that 2. And that is... What was the name of the puzzle? I don't even remember. Sino De Times. If Sino De Times is that I go absolutely insane, yep, that makes sense. That was absolutely crazy. I mean, the stuff around these whispers lines and everything was cool, but I'm never going to look at box 4 and box 7 in a comfortable way, not for weeks. Like, I'm going to have some sort of PTSD around those. I'm not making fun of people with PTSD, I'm sorry, but wow, that was tricky figuring that out. There was probably an easier way to do it, but I'm Bremster and that's what happened. That was absolutely bonkers, but brilliant. Jeremy Dover does amazing puzzles, but I learned something tonight. Thank you everyone for watching. If you gave that puzzle a try, I hope you struggled with it less than I did. And yeah, I hope that you are having fun with the Polarizing Sudoku Pack. And I hope if you've got a puzzle to submit, you have a look at my submission guidelines and don't find them too onerous. And as always, good luck with your solving.